Hello and welcome to A Very Explosion About Christmas, our podcast dedicated to the merriest of holidays, the festive season with films about Santa, snow, or being left home alone, the time of year we all struggle to decide what Christmas content to watch, which is where we come in. I'm your host, Asher Hobley, and helping me grow my heart 3 sizes of Christmas cheer is Dylan Blight. Yes, this week we've got actually a Santa, although I don't know if he actually says ho 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 at any point during the movie, now that I think about it.
I don't think he says much of anything in this, to be honest, other than I'm terrible at my job.
I don't want to quit.
Yeah.
Yes, today we're talking about the Aardman animated film Arthur Christmas, which was one of my selections for this year. A movie that I had seen before and remembered fondly, I haven't seen in a few years, and thought it was a nice pick to put amongst the mix of the flavor of films that we've picked out this year. You know, it just kind of, there wasn't like a traditional animated film, or even a movie with featuring Santa amongst the other films that we picked.
Isn't there? At all?
No.
No Santa? Okay.
No, so we got no live action Santa this year.
Oh, there you go.
Now think about it. Yeah, this is an underrated film in my opinion. It's giving away a bit of the ghost of my opinions on the movie. So let's dive in. Please be aware we'll be freely discussing anything and everything about plot themes in the movie. So if you haven't watched it, come back later. Let's talk about Arthur Christmas.
Dear Santa, my friend doesn't believe in you, but I think you are real. But how do you get around all the children in the world in one night?
Dear Gwen, do believe in Santa. He is real.
If you've ever wondered how it could all be true, the mystery will finally be revealed.
Operation Santa Claus is coming to town.
Go, go!
Engage rooftops. Ho, ho, ho.
Drop time 18.14 seconds per household.
Let's pick this up, people.
Mission accomplished!
What happened to going down the chimney? Never did me any.
From Sony Pictures Animation and Aardman, meet the family who makes Christmas happen.
Here's to me, doing an even better job next year.
Santa's the boss.
That turkey did more than him.
Steve's the brains.
Revised drop time to 14.13 seconds. I'd love an espresso.
And then there's Arthur.
I just want it to be perfect for every kid.
But this Christmas,
There's been a glitch.
Oh dear.
there's one small problem.
A child's been missed!
You want to wake up the whole North Pole?
Good idea! A child's been missed!
Arthur! Who cares about one single child?
Directed by Sarah Smith, written by Peter Baynham and Sarah Smith, starring James McAvoy, Hugh, Laurie, Bill Nighy, Jim Broadbent, Imelda Staunton, and Ashley Jensen. Everyone knows that each Christmas Santa Claus delivers presents to every last child on Earth. What everyone doesn't know is that Santa accomplishes the feat with a very high-tech operation beneath the North Pole. But when the unthinkable happens and Santa forgets, when Santa misses one child out of hundreds of millions, someone has to save the day. It's up to Arthur, Santa's younger son, to deliver a present to the forgotten tyke before Christmas morning dawns. Dylan, is Arthur Christmas a present, stocking stuffer, or Rumpelcole?
I'm going to go stocking stuffer. I think it's... I hadn't watched it before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like Aardman animation stuff. I just hadn't watched this one. But I enjoy the premise, I guess. I do feel like it weirdly, even at barely 90 minutes, felt quite stretched. Like, to make it's very thin on the bone, you know. I would say they stretch out as much as they can from a very small setup for the plot here, and then a lot of the characters are simply just not. I know it's like it's not like they need to be super deep or anything, but like none of them really have anything to them. Like when you go, they're just all one note, you know. Like the biggest thing that ever happens by the end of the film is literally the father Santa Claus just being like, "Oh, actually, I'll retire, and then you should run the show." Like that's other than that, there's not much to it. And then weirdly, the UFO human storyline thing was annoying me.
Really?
Yeah, the bit wasn't working for me. I'm like, okay. just get rid of this. Like, Just it felt like they needed to add something, and every time they cut away to those just humans, I'm like, I don't need this. We just focus on them. We get there. But yeah, I enjoyed Arthur. I enjoyed James McAvoy's sort of whiny performance of that. That laugh or whatever the hell that is. That was fun.
Of course, you would enjoy that.
Yeah, I would. So stocking stuff.
I would say probably a stocking stuffer. It is, like you said, very, very thin. I think, there is a big twist at the half, like when they think they're about to succeed, where they're like, what? And you're like, okay, they probably stuck this in because they needed to stretch this out even more. They're probably, the whole UFO thing is probably like, again, stretching the basic premise out. But I really enjoyed this idea of how the Santa Claus operation is kind of functioning in like 2000s. They've got mobile devices, and they've got lots of gadgets and doodads and stuff. Like, they bring it to the 21st century, giant like actual spaceship, to take them around the globe, and I think it's got a very heartfelt message, and it wears it on sleeve. And Arthur is like I think you can see where the ending is, how the ending's going to come like pretty quickly. But yeah, I really enjoyed the family dynamic of like this father who's doesn't know when to give up the ghost, the son who's like all about efficiency and about the job, but isn't about caring about the people, and then you've got this other kid who doesn't seem like he's right for anything, but like is the perfect person to take over the family operation. And then old Santa, who's Grand Santa, being a menace and wanting to show these young whippersnappers how it was actually done.
Reminds me of the Cuban missiles.
I didn't know the Cuban Missile Crisis was going on. Flew Evie over World War II. I think it's also very funny at times. There's a lot of great gags and jokes, and some adult stuff that probably goes over the head of children. That little chihuahua. He wasn't just tugging that slipper.
I know what you're trying to say. That's
He was fucking that slipper.
This is a family movie.
Family movies are filled with adult jokes. So let's just run through the plot of Arthur Christmas. Instead of a single individual, Santa Claus is a hereditary title handed down from father to son since the time of St. Nicholas. Malcolm, the 20th Santa, is heading for his 70th mission, but his role has been reduced to that of a figurehead. He flies in a high-tech vessel called the S1, operated by hundreds of elves who deliver the gifts using military precision and automatic gadgets. These operations are managed by Malcolm's son, Steve, from a control room beneath the North Pole, while Steve's nervous but cheerful younger brother, Arthur, answers the letter Santa. During the mission...
The deck, by the way, reminded me of the Star Wars, like,
control
room sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the whole operation, incredible, like, the scale, and, like, that's a big ship, like, bigger than, like, it's almost like a Star Destroyer. No, not a Star Destroyer, but, I don't know, one of the carriers or something, Giant, the way, like, just over, it later, like, eclipses the sun, like, very impressive. And the idea of how all these, like, it's pretty much the elves doing all the work, like, going down, sneaking into all these houses, breaking and entering all over the place at the same time. And Santa just, being there to do the occasional thing.
The three elves, like, lining up in the first house or whatever, if they, like, shine the light. It's like the landing zone for the one tiny present he puts down.
He's like, yeah, we need to make him feel important. Like, he's actually doing something, which makes it harder when he does the stuff later. And obviously the first introduction is Arthur and answering letters. It's all right. Santa does not none of the reindeer get hurt or anything. I like how he censors himself at times as well.
They get hurt in this movie.
Yeah. All right. During the mission, a child almost sees Malcolm as the elves rescue him. A wrapped bicycle falls off the S1's conveyor belt into the shadows. After returning to the North Pole, Malcolm unexpectedly announces that he is still not ready to retire and hand over his role to Steve. Arthur and his mother Margaret try to get the rest of the family to enjoy Christmas via a board game. Tensions run high between Steve, Malcolm, and Malcolm's ancient father, Grand Santa, who believes Christmas has become too modernized. Great sequence. Why he has the board game Christmas the board game? Why that would be the thing that they want to play? Why would you only have one Santa? I wonder if he invented the board game himself, or if it's something like one of the elves invent. I don't know. Where did Christmas the board game come?
My thing is, I was thinking the whole time watching it, why isn't Steve and why isn't everyone just out there dressed up as Santa doing it as a family operation? Why is there only one? Like, if you're doing it as a family thing anyway, but there's only allowed to be one Santa Claus.
Because that's how it was. There's one Santa.
Times change, man.
Just things change, but some things definitely stay the same. Like sexism. Why they all got to be banned? While cleaning the S1, an elf named Bryony finds the lost present. Arthur is horrified when he recognizes the present's intended recipient is Gwen Hines, a girl from Trelew, Cornwall. In her letter, she has expressed doubts of Santa's existence. Malcolm is at a loss to how to deal with the situation. Arthur wants to take the S1 out to return the present, but Steve convinces Malcolm that one gift out of billions is an acceptable margin of error. Oof.
No.
I mean, that's the thing. That's obviously the thing that separates them. And there's like, it's like one out of all these billions of children. It'll be fine. We'll mail it to them later.
0.01%.
I mean, that's acceptable in any other situation. But you literally had elves like covering for bad kids so they could get presents, and you're not going to give this one kid their present. Bullshit, But yeah, pretty terrible, But yeah, I love the idea that Arthur is led to believe that his dad is like so upset about this one present. Like Santa, he still believes in Santa, even though Santa kind of doesn't believe the Santa stuff, I guess.
Santa doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
That's why.
One of Santa's sons doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's just it's interesting. Like, you wonder how he got to be the way he was, Steve.
I assume a lot of dude bro podcasts.
I mean, he hasn't gone that far.
Man,
he just doesn't care.
There's signs
about children. He only cares about the end result, not the actual process.
Definitely an Elon Musk fan.
That's fair. After the others have left, Grand Santa hears Arthur fretting and offers to take the magical sleigh Evie out from where he had secretly kidnapped to keep it from being scrapped. Using magic aurora dust and a team of untrained reindeer, including Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, you with the wide ears, you, set out. Grand Santa and Arthur set out to deliver the present. Bryony stows away with him. Along the way, the trio cause several mishaps, lose a few of the reindeer, and accidentally arrive in Trelew, Mexico, nearly setting off an international military incident in the process. Listen, I love the UFO bit at the start, where it's like Arthur accidentally looks like a fucking alien.
Yeah, that gag's fine. It's just the fact that it became a plot line, not a gag.
Well, I mean, they had to do the whole thing where they think Santa's going to be discovered.
Yeah, but
it's crazy that all these people see all these like things, and none of them possibly think it could possibly be that Santa Claus is real.
Probably, yeah.
It's like, it's Christmas Eve, and something is going around the world at like super fast speeds that none of our planes and shit can do. Crazy. Arthur, Grand Santa, and Bryony lose the remaining reindeer. A predator jet opens fire on them over England, destroying the sleigh as its occupants bail out. Skipping over a lot there, including their detour in Africa.
South Africa, yeah.
Yeah, where they nearly get eaten by lions.
Mm-hmm. I was like, this is quite a scary scene for a kid's film.
Yeah, and then they end up just making them all fly as well. So it's nothing special about the reindeer, I guess. Could have been any animals.
Yeah. I think the reindeer do what they say, though, isn't important.
That's true. I mean, that's a key thing.
Yeah.
They've been
like
sort of trained.
I feel like it's an integral part.
They know to just keep going in a straight line.
Yeah.
I also love the reveal of Grand Santa just wanting to be sure he can take a photo so he can stick it to Steve. My camera. That's the only reason I came out here, so I can stick it to Steve. And then him just stealing a random metal reindeer because of aesthetics. Gotta have 12. Until you don't. Until you can't. Yeah. So you get taken out by a predator jet, which is crazy. Destroying the sleigh is Hawkins bail out. All 4 of the male Santa Clauses arrive at Gwen's house before she wakes up, only for Malcolm, Grand Santa, and Steve to argue over who gets to deliver the present. Noticing that only Arthur truly cares about Gwen, Malcolm allows him to do it. Claus family watches from a nearby closet as Gwen delightedly opens the gift, prompted by Malcolm. Steve acknowledges that Arthur is the one truly worthy of being Santa and forfeits his birthright to his brother. I think it's here that's the key line of the movie. It's like where Arthur realizes it's not about the actual Santa Claus delivering the presents to the children. Is that the children believe that Santa Claus delivered the presents, which is, not a super big surprise or like this big reveal or revelation, but like for a character like that to like come to this realization that this whole thing is bigger than any individual. I thought it was very special. And crazy sequence where he is riding that bike while it's being wrapped.
Yeah, 3 pieces of sticky tape,
I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't keeping track, but I assume.
It's all in the fold techniques, is what I was led to believe.
I would have to believe, you can kind of
Yeah.
stick it in and like get away with not having to wrap it, I guess, if you do it well.
I did enjoy the running gag of just that one elf being able to, like, sort of the solution to everything is just wrap it. Alarm going off, wrap it. Need to,
Line
fix
about
the-
the Morless?
Yep.
Wrap it.
Wrap the line.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I also love just Mrs. Claus's nonchalant nature of like, we're just going to take the jet and we're going to go find Arthur. I also love that they initially went to Mexico as well, which is such a dumb gag.
I wonder if I remember what the city was called or whatever. It'd be
Treleu.
funny that Treleu. I wonder. Hold on. Let's try and type.
I would be
this in
very
the maps.
surprised if there is actually a Treleu
Let's see.
in Mexico.
I don't know if I'm spelling it right. Let's try. I typed TRILU.
No.
No.
TRELEW.
Sorry. TREW.
LEW.
All right. So the first place it does try to take me is Argentina.
It also took me to Argentina.
Second place, Cornwall, England.
Mm.
So makes
Mexico
sense.
doesn't. Well, I guess it could. It may
makes
have,
sense they didn't go
I'm
there
just
first.
jumping to Mexico. It may have been Argentina that they went to.
Yeah. So there you go.
Actually, in the Wikipedia page, it says Mexico. So
But still, it makes sense they didn't go there first. We would have done the same.
I mean, Argentina makes sense because then alphabetically it would make sense on his list as well.
Argentina, Wales.
Yes, but I think Cornwall's England.
Oh yeah, true. But still, AE, I guess.
1 year later, Malcolm retires to spend time with Grand Santa and Margaret. Steve becomes Arthur's chief operating officer. Bryony is promoted to vice president of packing, Pacific Division. Grand Santa's lost reindeer eventually find their way home, and Arthur renames this S1 Evie in honor of Grand Santa's sleigh, fitting it to be pulled by 5,000 reindeer. That seems an unnecessary step. You just
Good. Well,
it was already flying pretty fast before.
It wasn't a thing though. They said like, but at the start of the movie, the whole thing he didn't want it flying again was because it needs like rest or whatever.
Yes, but you're only flying one night a year, so
yeah, no, maybe he added a second Christmas.
maybe there's second Christmas.
Possibly,
They launched halfway through the year. It's like we need second Christmas.
Yeah, fuck it. The thing that annoys me about the ending is for some reason they chose not to do like a hero shot of Arthur at the end.
We never get to see Arthur as Santa.
Yeah. Which
Well,
I
we get
thought
like
was,
a tease of when
you get a tease when he goes to a
the
tree,
snow-
but
yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you do an actual like end moment instead of just has the bloody
Leaving it for a
sleigh,
sequel.
S1? I'm like, that's dumb. That's weird. You do the hero shot, or at least a shadow, like a
Silhouette, yeah.
silhouette or something. I don't know. It felt weird to me to just like his thing was just the S1, not actually him.
Any other favorite jokes or moments from the movie that you want to mention?
Keeping all the doors shut was the best joke in the movie. Just the constant joke that Arthur leaves all the doors open because
It's the North Pole.
It's the North Pole. Come on, Arthur, what are you doing? It's the North Pole. Keep the door shut. That was a good joke.
But admittedly, as long as you keep the doors to outside closed, any inside door, it doesn't really matter.
You would think.
I would think, as someone who doesn't know who the temperature when it gets to 17, it's cool. It's hoodie weather. This is an audio podcast still.
Sorry,
You
I'm
just shake your head at
shaking
me.
my head in disgust.
So what? It is a good idea to close all doors all the time in cold places like Tasmania.
I mean, I keep a lot of doors, like, yeah, I keep a lot of doors. No, I don't keep like old doors shut, but like growing up, it was generally like, like that would be said by my mum and dad in the house growing up. Like leave a door open somewhere when they're trying to keep the heat in the lounge room or something like that. It was always like if you left the bathroom, toilet door open, even some any of those laundry door where it's like people aren't often being or like sitting or anything. You'd be like, close the door. Like we're trying to keep the heat in because it's like you only want it in the bedrooms and the lounge room or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I enjoyed the elves freaking out that's Christmas is going to be over, and they set up the self-destruct. Like, all the Santa Clauses are gone. We're going to self-destruct the North Pole. Let's just jump straight to that. Let's just blow it all up in 10 minutes time. Okay. Or just them struggling with Steve and Santa's rationale of the one child not getting the present. It's like, if this kid doesn't matter, does all the kids that I made presents for don't matter either? Why'd I have to make all their presents if it don't matter? It's a slippery slope. All right. Let us know what you think of Arthur Christmas by letting us know on social media by going to explosionnetwork.com/follow. If you want to help us out here at A Very Explosion Network Christmas, leave us a review on our podcast on Podchaser. Leave us 5 stars, and equally 5 stars, or just tell people about the show. And if you want to help us out over at Explosion Network with all our other content and podcasts, head over to explosionnetwork.com/supports. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, remember, I forget the line. It doesn't matter if Santa gives a present. It's if Santa gets a present. Gives a present?
Yeah. So, you nailed it.